In the previous lesson, you have learned about voluntary actions. Some of these actions are biting an apple, lifting a basket of groceries, opening a plastic container, kicking a ball. All these actions can be controlled by us. Do you know there are some actions that cannot be controlled by us? Do you realize actions such as heartbeat, breathing, peristalsis, saliva secretion happens within us all the time? These actions are called involuntary actions. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain what involuntary action is. Give examples of involuntary action. Explain the effects of injuries to specific parts of the human brain. Do you know what involuntary actions are? Can you give more examples of involuntary actions? Discuss among yourselves examples of involuntary actions. Sometimes our bodies carry out actions unconsciously. Examples: constriction and dilation of the pupil, beating of the heart, peristalsis, saliva secretion. These actions are called involuntary actions. Involuntary actions are actions that cannot be controlled by our conscious mind. Click on the various parts of the human body to view some of these actions. Previously, you have learnt about involuntary actions. Involuntary actions are unconsciously controlled by the brain. Do you know which part of the brain controls involuntary action? Click on any part of the brain to find out. Cerebrum does not control involuntary action. Cerebellum does not control involuntary. Spinal cord does not control involuntary action. The medulla oblongata is the part of the brain that controls involuntary actions. Besides the medulla oblongata, involuntary action is also controlled by the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system controls the muscles of internal organs that are involved in involuntary actions. The human brain is a complex organ. It regulates thought, memory, judgment, personal identity, and other aspects of what is commonly called the mind. Besides that, it also regulates body temperature, blood pressure, and the activities of internal organs to help the body respond to its environment and to maintain health. Injuries to the brain can occur due to accidents or diseases. Click on the different parts of the brain to see the effect of an injury to that area. The person will lose the ability to solve problems. The person will not be able to control the coordination of muscle to make smooth movement. The person will not be able to control the coordination of muscle. The person will have hearing impairment. The person will become blind. This will affect coordination and movement. This will affect the function of involuntary actions such as breathing, peristalsis, and heartbeat. The person will have speech impairment. Involuntary action. Involuntary actions are actions that cannot be controlled by our conscious mind. Examples: constriction and dilation of the pupil, beating of the heart, peristalsis, saliva secretion. Involuntary action is under the control of the autonomic nervous system, medulla oblongata. Effects of injuries to specific parts of the brain.
Classify the actions into voluntary or involuntary actions by dragging the listed actions into the correct column. Which part of the following action is involuntary? A. Picking up a piece of paper. B. Solving an arithmetic problem. C. Deciding to go to a football game. D. Movement of food down the alimentary tract.
Your answer is correct.
The image below shows parts of the human brain. A. Cerebrum. B. Medulla oblongata. C. Spinal cord. D. Cerebellum.
Your answer is correct.
Involuntary body activities are controlled by the A. Cerebellum. B. Spinal cord. C. Spinal nerves. D. Medulla oblongata.
Your answer is correct.
What happens if the motor center in the cerebrum is injured? A. Balance cannot be controlled. B. Involuntary actions will be affected. C. Voluntary movement cannot be carried out. D. Important life activities like breathing cannot be controlled.
Your answer is correct.
Injury to the cerebellum can cause A. Loss of sight. B. Mental disorder. C. Imbalance to the body. D. Improper functioning of cognitive thought.
Your answer is correct.
Explain what an involuntary action is. Click the check button to find out the answer. Why is it important for body functions such as breathing and heartbeat to be involuntary rather than voluntary? Click the check button to find out the answer.
Human brain.
Study: Smoking causes brain damage. New research finds that cigarette smoking can cause damage to multiple regions of the brain. The study also shows increased brain damage among smokers who consume alcohol is relatively high. The studies also show that this evolution of the alcohol-induced brain damage is most prominent in the frontal lobes of a person. The damage to the brain's frontal lobes could compromise the success of treatment and recovery of a person. That part of the brain is responsible for multiple functions of everyday life, such as a person's ability to accurately judge or anticipate the consequences of their actions. The study also found that cigarette smoking alone caused damage to neuron performance and cell membranes in the midbrain. These brain regions are involved in fine and gross motor functions and balance and coordination.